Hi, welcome back to the Gratitude Incarnate podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Rose, and this is the Daily Divine Download. So I was recording a podcast episode. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, and a phone call came through anyway. And it's so funny because this morning I've really been thinking about, just going with the flow and remaining calm when things in life come up, when it feels like everything is crazy. We get to choose whether we want to react or respond. So I've really been focusing on responding. And this morning, the universe has given me so many opportunities to put this to the test. And I was going to just pick up where I left off from the middle of that recording for the podcast I was doing this morning. But I decided, I'm just going to go with the flow. And maybe that wasn't the podcast that I was meant to bring to you guys today. So that's what I want to talk about today is like remaining calm when these storms come up in our lives, when it feels like, everything is blowing up around us. Sometimes in order for new things to be built, things have to break away. We have to let go of things. And sometimes we are just so prone to resisting. We put up this fight, and you have to stop resisting, okay? Whatever the universe is trying to teach you, whenever you're resisting, it's just making that lesson take so much longer. And a lot of times you'll end up creating more of a mess for yourself to have to clean up later. And that's kind of what was happening this morning. I observed someone close to me in my life kind of spiraling, down that path of like self-destruction. Like one thing led to another thing, which led to another thing, which led to another thing. And the whole thing kind of revolved around rushing to work, like these expectations we put on ourselves, these plans that we have for ourselves. And I think for this person, maybe they weren't sticking to their routine as much as they were on previous days. And that mindset of like, I'm going to be late, I've got to rush. I've talked to you guys about this before in the past. Whatever you're focused on, you're attracting to yourself. So if you're focusing on being late and not being able to accomplish your goals for the day, that is what you're going to attract to yourself, and the universe is listening. So it's going to deliver all those things to help you get what you're focusing on, which is being late and not accomplishing your task. So what you really want to focus on is just like letting that go, resisting, stop resisting the things that are coming up. Like if you lock your keys out of your car, instead of resisting what's going on, how can you go with the flow? Like when you're resisting, you're like, oh, I got to break into the car. I got to come up with something. I'm going to be late. This is going to put me even, more off track than where I was before. I don't need this right now. Instead of what happens when you just calm down. When you just calm down, you realize, hey, I pay insurance for roadside assistance every single month. And that we have a great insurance company, and that includes a locksmith. And it's Wednesday morning, probably not super busy, which means they'll probably show up even more quickly than I expect. It's all about what we affirm for ourselves. So in those moments, that's what you want to do. You want to remain calm. Go back to all those techniques you have, the meditations, the breath work. Calm your mind, calm your body, calm your soul. Okay. And when you do that, when you stop resisting what's going on, you create space and you open yourself up for that ease and that flow. And when you do that, you realize, oh, hey, I pay for this insurance. And then what you do is now you've created an extra 30 minutes to an hour where, hey, maybe you haven't been doing your morning routine. So maybe now you have 30 minutes to an hour to do your morning routine. And then as soon as you're done, what do you know? The locksmith shows up. And then maybe you realize that everything just starts lining up and aligning with what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, and your day goes so much more smoothly. And that's the thing. Every single day you get to make a choice, and every single moment you get this amazing gift of freedom to make these choices. So what are you going to choose today? When these things come up, can you remain calm? Can you have gratitude? Because I promise you, if you can do those two things, you are just going to smoothly sail through the rest of the day. And instead of recognizing things that come up as problems, you're going to become more solution-minded, okay? The problem isn't what matters. All that matters is the solution. And all that matters is in the moment that you're in, is this moment that you're in, okay? And if you're doing the best you can, that is literally all you can do, okay? So do your best, remain calm, embody gratitude, and that's what I want to leave you with today. Thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful for all the downloads. Remember, if this podcast means a lot to you, share it with someone who means a lot to you, okay? That's my goal, is to teach as many people as possible how to embody this attitude of gratitude all the time, no matter what, even on the hard days. Okay? So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon, and have a grateful day.